I am observing. The eye of the beholder is for focus, for thought. Paying attention in this present moment is to witness the progression of thought. The observer is observing as a process. The observer is also being observed in a feedback loop of perception. The cohesion of it all is the centripetal force of love. This is so that being and observing it all means that love might not go unnoticed or unknown. Welcome to the show. I am observing with Karen, Christy, and Patrick. That's me. Thanks for listening.
Hello. This is Karen. I'm sitting in a parking lot. I got this odd moment to talk about a particular topic. My observation for this present moment is a statement. The reactor is slave to the actor. The reactor is slave to the actor. That is a heavy-duty statement when you get the full impact of it. I first discovered this proverb, if you will, by doing quite a couple years of journaling, and I started to do automatic writing or free-form writing or stream of consciousness writing, and I wrote that statement in my journal one day and looked at it and was pretty stunned because at the time I was personally working on anxiety issues, and anxiety issues are so much a product of reacting to things, how you react to things that you believe is a threat or a problem or something up in your grill, something up in your face, or what could happen. It truly is a reaction issue. And so I looked at that and I realized, yeah, I can attest to that. I can own that when I'm allowing myself to be reactionary, it's because I'm letting things get to me. I'm letting things dictate how I'm feeling at the moment. And it's a very sobering thing to admit to yourself, is that you are a slave to things trying to promote a reaction. Obviously, you need to respond to certain things in life. Just like I'm going to start the car. I live in New Mexico. It's hot when you sit in the car. I got to turn my air conditioner on. Anyway, your mom, you got to respond to a crying baby. If you're in traffic, you've got to react to what's going on around you to be safe. I mean, there's some built-in things that we have to react to. So I'm not saying it's not wrong to react. It's just that we can sort of pick our battles, right? I mean, obviously, sometimes we have to simply respond to what's immediately in front of us. But this is more an intrinsic quality that's built into society that's a lot more insidious, and at first, when you look at society and you look at situations and look at relationships and you see this pattern, it's kind of shocking and sobering at first. But then it is kind of a tool, because then you can start to see how do I withdraw myself from the reactionary position that is a source of a lot of stress, source of a lot of control, manipulation, etc. So we'll start with Hegelian dialect, and if you don't know what that is, in psychology, it's thesis, antithesis, and synthesis. And that's a really fancy way of saying problem, reaction, solution, which is something attributed to the researcher David Icke, who said problem, reaction, solution. So it's the idea that in political manipulation, and most of us see it in politics or notice it in politics. Right now we're in an election cycle, so there's a lot of this going around. And it's the political people want a certain result. They want you to vote for their candidate, okay? So that's the end result. That's the solution that they want you to come up with. So they will do this problem, reaction, solution process. So they will look at a problem, like healthcare or education or, something that means something to us personally every day that we're concerned about. And they'll make it blown up to this huge, unsolvable problem for the average person. It's a societal problem that has to be solved. Now, societal problems are actually solved one person at a time, but we don't feel that way. We feel we're somewhat powerless to solve homelessness and poverty and all of this. So that's where they want to, say the opposite is that, here is, what could be done, right? Problem. They want you to. Here's the problem. They want you to react to it. You shall feel outraged. You should feel upset. This is terrible. And they want to engender a feeling in you of reaction. Then they say, but we have this solution. Vote for Senator Snodgrass, and then it will be taken care of. He is the man for the job, And that's this problem, reaction, solution process, which is applied in a sort of propaganda way. So this idea of the reactor is slave to the actor means that there's these situations where you have to make an immediate response, okay? So once you know that, you go, oh, hey, these guys are trying to manipulate me to vote for this guy using this reactionary process, problem, reaction, solution, okay? Same thing done in advertising. You have bad breath. It's really terrible. You're going to feel bad about it because people are not going to want to be around you. Someone won't want to kiss you. So here's the solution. Buy this toothpaste, buy this mouthwash. And we kind of run our society on it. And when you start to recognize this problem, reaction, solution, or the reactor, slave to the actor, you see how invasively huge this is. Because this is constantly at us, especially if we participate in media. A few years ago, I went on a media fast. No TV, no radio, no books, no anything. No playing your CD. I mean, media fast. Just don't have any media in your life for a week. And that is shocking because you realize how much you let media kind of keep you entertained as you do the things in your day. And media is constantly doing this process, problem, reaction, solution, problem, reaction, solution, problem, reaction, solution. And, I'm one of those people that when I was growing up, we would either have TV or not have TV. And if we did have TV, it was pretty limited. So I didn't grow up on TV quite the same way as other people did. So I already noticed it in television, that if we just didn't have it, I felt better because I didn't know this horrible stuff that was going on. And there's some people who, conspiracy theorists, or I call them conspiracy realists because they nail it a lot of the time. They'll see that there's some news item, right, and see that pattern in it. It's, we're going to create this problem, or there's this big news story, and everybody's covering this big news story and trying to tug at your heartstrings to respond a certain way. And if you constantly imbibe, I literally think of it as drinking alcohol. If you're imbibing media a lot, at least make yourself aware of how many times you're prompted to react. They may not even have a solution for you to come to. They just want you to feel something because that's a reaction, emotional reaction. They want you to feel something. And then in feeling something, they're going to manipulate you and turn you into the direction that they want you to go. So we don't have to participate with this. We know that. Just turn off the TV, turn off the radio, don't buy the product. We know how to do that. It gets a little trickier when it's other situations. I would like to take a moment to share some writing that I did. Let's say automatic writing, or you could say stream of conscious writing. It addressed this very topic. And this is from the book, it's a free ebook actually, called Thought Equals Matter. This was one of the books that I wrote as a sort of a poetic form. You can get this book at tinyurl.com/thought equals. And I'm reading from page 8. Your eyes are closed. You hear within an equally compelling voice, not the same as the others hear. You are realizing in this moment the truth of a proverb of great wisdom. The reactor is slave to the actor. Realizing this creates a pit in your stomach, remembering every time you reacted at the demand of the actor without thinking. How to counteract this? To become free from that fettering process, act, react, is to put one breath, one thought, in between you and the one who acts upon you, the actor, demanding that you react. That one thought, one breath, that moment transforms you into the actor. And so you are free to act or not. You can stand your ground, hold a space for thought, decide your course of action, remaining still within, allowing that moment just now for yourself to think. As I came to terms with this proverb, the reactor is slave to the actor, the first thing I began to notice was the most obvious times when I would see the demand of the actor trying to get me to react, or to get the public to react. I happened to have, at the time that this came to me, some conflicts with family members. And this was, someone involved in substance abuse and really out of control and out of balance. And I'm dealing with this person. And that was what I noticed right off, is that this addiction issue of the other person, was coming into my space and demanding me to react to this and react to that and react to this. And then they would sit back and, see if I was towing some kind of line that they wanted. But primarily so I was off base. I was off base and couldn't formulate a personal plan to deal with the situation, which eventually was just simply completely letting go of that person and moving away, lest I be an enabler or have codependent behaviors, which is something I have worked on, struggled with, been in 12